I'll show you how to make this awesome image rotating effect on your Elementor website. And we'll make this without using Elementor Pro or any other extra plugin. So when you reload this page, you can see this awesome entrance animation, and after that, the image start rotating and some images are also flipping randomly and make this cool animation. So without any further ado, let's see how we can make that. Alright, so here we're gonna make everything from scratch. But if you also don't want to watch this full tutorial and only want to get this thing as a ready-made template, you can also get it from my template shop, where as a bonus, you will get both the container and the old section column version. And currently, the Black Friday offer is running on our website, where you will get all of our ready-made templates, including this one, for a very affordable price. Okay, now let's create this effect from scratch. So first of all, let's click on this plus icon and create a new container. Here, first of all, let's set a background color. And here, instead of this plain background color, I also want to add a noise above that. So from here, let's add an PNG image for that noise. And you can see that noise here. I will also provide that PNG image on my website. So from here, you can also download that. Okay, after that, let's also add a background overlay. From here, choose the gradient one. And I want to set it to radial. Choose the first color to fully transparent and the second color to fully black. Now inside this container, we need to take two different containers. The first one where we'll place all of our images, and inside the second one, we will place our text content. So let's add our first container, drag it to here and make it to full height. So from here, make it to 100 VH. And inside that, let's add an image widget and choose an image. Let's set an height and width 90 by 130 pixel. Make sure to keep this object fit to the cover to maintain the aspect ratio of this image. And also set some border radius. Now to place this image at the middle here, we need to go to our this container. So if we open our navigator panel, here is our container. We need to set both of its alignment to the center. And also make sure to keep this padding to 0. Now if we just duplicate this image, here we can see these images are goes one after another, but we don't want that. Initially, I want to keep all of our images here at the middle. So before duplicating, we need to make these images position to the absolute. So from here, make it to absolute and remove these offset values. Now if we duplicate this, we can see all of our images at the same place. So for the second image, let's choose another one. And by following this, let's create our other images. So after creating all the images, let's add our second container. So let's drag it to here and drag it right after our this container. And inside this container, let's add an heading widget, change this text, and also modify this design. Let's also create a subheading, so we can just duplicate this. And for this one, let's reduce its font size and font weight a little bit. And also change this text. And for this container, I also want to reduce its width. And to place it at the same position of the image, we also need to make its position to the absolute and remove these offset values. Okay, we can see it on here. To place it on here, we need to go to its parent container and make its align option to the center. Perfect. So here we also need to make some other adjustment, like this overflow to the hidden, to make sure during the animation, the images will not go outside of this container. And also we don't want any unexpected gap between these containers, so make it to 0. And also we don't want any default padding, so also make it to 0. Now finally, to add our effect, first of all, we need to add some classes with our these containers. So with our this container, first of all, we need to add the class MDW rotating image effect. Then with our this container, let's add MDW rotating images. And lastly, with this one, let's add MDW rotating image content. And then to add our custom code, let's add an HTML widget. drag it to here, right before our this container, and paste this code snippet. Don't worry, I will give all the code snippet to my website and also give the website link to my description. From here you just need to copy and paste that code. Okay, right now if we save this, and from our preview, we can see this animation is working perfectly. So right now if we go to our this container and with this class, from here we can also some more thing to edit our options. For example, here you can see when these images are rotating, some cards are flipping randomly. So if you also don't want that, you can also disable that. From here, just write down no flip, and then the card will no more flipping. And let's say you also want to change the radius of this rotating circle. So here is also an option for that. Just write down dash radius dash, then the value of the radius. By default it's 170. So let's increase it to 300. Now we can see this big radius. Okay, but for now I don't want to edit any option. So let's remove this additional text. And I want to check it for our other devices. So for tablet, you can see everything looks good except this text looks too big. So go to this responsive option, and for tablet, let's make it to 80 pixel. Then on mobile, we can see this also looks too big. The images are also go outside of the screen. So here, first of all, let's reduce the font size furthermore. And if we look at this container, you can see here it goes in one line. To make it in two lines, let's go to this container and reduce its width. Also reduce this gap between this text to 15 pixel. On mobile, we also don't want to keep this section to full height. Instead, I want to set an height in pixel. And finally, let's reduce the size of these images 50 by 80 pixel, and do the same thing for our other images. So we can just copy this and paste the style for all of them. So right now this also looks good for our mobile devices. So that's how you can create this card animation on your Elementor website. If you enjoyed this tutorial, then don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on my next video.